is me, Gannon. I'm back here with another Star Trek review. Oh my god, am I tired. I'm gonna do my best today, but I'm really tired. I went to a rock concert today. I've been awake all day, and I'm staying up for the Star Trek review because we gotta, we got commitments. Went to a rock concert today, my first one ever. I'm 4 fireballs deep, so I'm a little bit tired. This episode, though, was really good. I was thoroughly entertained by it. We got to learn about Billups in today's episode. Season 2, Episode 7, titled Where Pleasant Fountains Lie. And this episode starts off with Captain Freeman and Ransom down below on this hellish-looking planet that claims it's been in a long war that was persuaded by a supercomputer AI. Ransom goes to incapacitate the AI, and I'm pretty sure, I'm almost positive at this point after watching the whole episode that it was voiced by Jeffrey Combs, which is awesome. We need Jeffrey Combs to return to live-action Trek. I really want him on Strange New Worlds at some point. When they go back aboard the Cerritos, they receive a message from a very royal and alien ship commanded by a woman known as Queen Pelana, I believe. That's what she's called. She's rather overbearing and definitely like Old English, and it turns out that she's the chief of engineering, Lieutenant Commander Billups' mother. It seems that the Lower Deckers arc starts off this episode with Boimler conveniently being reassigned to the same assignment as Mariner. I'm pretty sure this has happened in a previous episode, even though he was originally supposed to go shoot up some space centipedes on a Class M planet, and I swear, if Mariner keeps on doing this intentionally, she definitely has a crush on Boimler at this point. Also, she just calls him Boims in this episode, and I'm pretty sure she has done that in the past, but they're just getting really friendly with each other. Also, there was this funny comment about the redundancy of phaser rifles, saying how the only difference between them and a hand phaser is that you hold it with 2 hands, which probably is true for older phasers, like the original series one where it only showed up in 1 pilot episode, but I'm pretty sure in the 24th century phaser rifles are significantly more powerful and probably hold more charge. By the way, I just had this written down in my notes here in all caps. Billups' mom's ship is a drippy. Billups is from this medieval mythical Skyrim type planet called Hysteria. He's technically a prince and he's supposed to be the king, but would rather be an engineer in Starfleet, so his mother always tries to trick him into having sex, because if he does, he legally becomes the king. Billups is hilariously a grown man who practices abstinence so he could be a Starfleet officer. This dude has the will of steel. His mother claims that she's not there to trick him, but that the mythical dragon engines are acting up and Billups has to take a look at them. Also, we learn from Rutherford's pad the first time, I'm pretty sure it's mentioned, that the ship's name is called the Monaveen. I googled what Monaveen meant. I think the first thing that came up was that it was a place in London or something. Mariner and Boimler are dragged into a gravimetric shear while transporting the Jeffrey Combs super evil computer and crash land on a SETI Alpha dusty ass looking planet. Rutherford and Billups go aboard the Monaveen, and it's so drippy inside it looks like Cinderella's ball had sex with a cool D&D RPG game. Billups finds a challenging problem in the engine. Also, it turns out that the Hysterians rename everything to have cool medieval RPG names. I thought at this point in the episode that his mom was purposely giving him an impossible challenge to discourage him as an engineer, but obviously we'll get to that. Back down below on the dusty planet, Mariner and Boimler are attacked by an aggressive desert alien that eats up their food. Jeffrey Combs' evil supercomputer takes advantage of the situation by saying that his scans indicate Mariner could lose a couple pounds, which is just pretty cheeky and hilarious. And also, he downloads information about Boimler from Mariner's pad. Boimler takes the computer along with him and Mariner as they go into pursuit for water. They come upon this tree that has fruit on it, and they crack it open and they taste, and it tastes like black licorice, which is frustrating and also just kind of ironically funny because the only thing that the replicator aboard the crash ship can even replicate is black licorice. The computer tries to make Brad turn against Mariner by pushing my theory and showing him a video of her telling Ransom that he wasn't ready for the Scorpion mission. This really upsets Boimler, but Mariner insists it's just the computer trying to tear them apart. Back to Billups, it seems like everything was okay and that he had fixed the issue aboard his mother's ship. He's called back by Captain Freeman as an excuse to take a break from his mother. Billups explains that his mother might finally be coming around. That is until a large explosion comes from his mom's ship. He goes aboard, shocked to find out that she's apparently dead, but I feel like at this point in the episode when I was watching that she had to be up to some shenanigans. Tiana then comes to Tendi in this one scene and then tells Tendi that Rutherford is dead, and then I really know that this is just complete cap. There's no way Rutherford is dead. Back down on the dusty planet, Boimler and Mariner really start scrapping it out maliciously over this computer. Boimler wants to allow the computer to help them, so he shoots Mariner like an absolute crazy person. Billups then tells Freeman that he's going to return as the king of Historia. Tendi does a find my iPhone to find Rutherford's implant aboard the Mona Veen and then goes over there. Tendi finds Rutherford feasting with Billups' mother, so you learn that this is really just a huge elaborate trick and scam to have him lose his virginity. Billups' mother has a bard that uses his plus 20 instrument skill to destroy their communicators, so Rutherford does the dash and goes and tries to save Billups from losing his virginity. This episode ends with Boimler plugging the computer in only for it to be revealed that he was tricking it the whole time into thinking he was actually beefing with Mariner so that he can access its battery to create a distress signal, and Rutherford coming in to save Billups, you know, just at the right time to save him from losing his virginity. I'm super tired. I really cannot be bothered today to discuss more than that tonight. Like, unfortunately, like, this concert was on the same day as the Star Trek episode coming out. I've already rocked out too hard. This episode was really good though. It's really solid. I'm happy we kind of just completely understand Billups now as a character, and I'm very much hyped up by Jeffrey Combs' performance in this episode as the evil supercomputer. I look very much forward to his eventual return to live action Trek. This episode finally gets a 7 out of 10 because it is hard for Lower Decks to beat that. With all that being said, thank you so much for watching another one of my Star Trek reviews. I am going to edit this, upload it, and then I'm going to eat and go the frick to bed. I am so tired. Live long and prosper. I'm gonna have to see you guys in the next one.